morning. Kevin Marks here. Today we're going to talk a little bit about the aging skater's perspective on things. I'm approaching 50. I've been skating since 1986. You know, being a skateboarder is a huge part of my identity, but I've noticed in my 30s, I felt like I was still pretty on top of my game. I hadn't lost too many tricks in my 30s. By the time I get into my 40s, I'm losing significant amounts of tricks. I'm not skating as often as I did. Maybe I'm skating once or twice a week for a much diminished amount of time per session. So that just kind of leads to losing tricks and not feeling as comfortable on your board. And so what I really wanted to discuss today was acceptance and being cool with the fact that you're not as good as you once were. Because sometimes I feel like I'm almost bad-mouthing myself or putting myself in a position to where I don't want to skate, or I don't want to make the effort to go skate because, you know, it's just, there's the warm-up, what will I be able to get back, especially when you go to a new spot. If it's something you're familiar with, that's a little easier to get into the groove for, but to go to a new spot where there might be a lot of people, where it might be hard to get a run, like all these factors seem to compound, and oftentimes that'll just keep me at home. Oh, maybe I'll go some morning, but those opportunities don't always arise. So as I approach 50, I'm just gotta be cool with the fact that I'm lucky to still be able to skateboard. I don't have any major injuries that prevent me from skating. I have a lot of freedom to be able to go skateboarding when I want, if I want. And the whole what I used to be able to do versus what I still can do, it shouldn't be that big of an argument going on in my head back and forth when I get to a new spot. But it's there, and just kind of have to learn to squash it, learn to be more accepting of being here and in the now, in the current situation, and just take pride in the fact that I can still do a few tricks. If I put more work into it, maybe I can get a few tricks back. I sure don't think about learning new tricks at this age. One of the things that has diminished my quantity of skating over the last 10 years is the fact that a lot of my close skate buddies have moved away, and I haven't made an effort to create new relationships with guys in my age bracket and in my neighborhood to go skateboarding with. So, a handful of these guys that have moved away were younger than me. They pushed me. They were better skateboarders. Skating with younger people definitely pushes me more. I think to some degree are excited to be skating with somebody that's older, and those energies mesh and overall keep the level of stoke high. And I just have to put myself in those situations more. It gets harder as I'm a single guy, and a lot of my peers have wives and have kids, and when you start to factor in those type of variables, it becomes the amount of times that you can all coordinate schedules and actually go skate is very much diminished. I also I spend a lot of my life on the road, and it's weird when I get back to San Diego that, because I have a handful of friends in North County, but when I'm here, the last thing I want to do is get in the van and drive 30, 40 minutes to go skating. Why is that? I need to examine that. Why am I putting that limiting factor on myself, whatever, you know, just I have the ability, I should go a little bit more. When I do go skating, I have a blast. I don't push myself very much, so luckily I haven't gotten hurt all that often. I'm nursing an injury that I got on Christmas, and it's currently May, you know, an Achilles tendon issue that is, you know, set me back somewhat. Again, it hasn't eliminated my skating, and but it's something we all have to deal with as we get older. It's harder to bounce back from injuries. And again, I was saying I'm very fortunate in the sense that I have the ability, you know, I think most aging skaters they know the people that have the backyard ramps or the backyard bowls. And so I have the ability to go skate a lot of incredible places. You know, again, it kind of comes down to the coordinating of schedules and do I have people to go with to those places. And what happens for me is that, like, I'm pretty well stoked if I can skate for 30 minutes and I feel bad coordinating a session somewhere and getting other people out when I know I'm only going to skate for 30, 40 minutes. Mm. And is that worth it for the ramp owner or you know, Alex that comes down from, you know, 3-hour drive to Borrowed Times Farm to skate? You know, it's just like, so there's some of that, like the incongruities of people's expectations about a session. You know, like, I want to go skate this place. I've got an in to go skate it, but I know I'm probably not going to skate it that long. I'll have my fun in those 30 minutes, but is the guy that I coordinated the session with thinking, like, why is he only skating for 30 minutes? And I drove, you know, we set this up, why isn't he skating longer? And just the other morning, I had a great session at 6:30, like 6:30 to 7:30 a.m. at the new Leucadia Park. Mm-hmm. But by 9 o'clock, it was a zoo. Parents today treat these skate parks as playgrounds for their kids on little push bikes and scooters, and just I find it to be a dangerous environment. And, you know, I can't concentrate on the enjoyment of skating when I'm constantly, you know, watching my peripheral vision and worrying myself about hitting that kid on a bike or that novice skateboarder that clearly doesn't know the general rules of skateboarding etiquette at a skate park. So today we're here at Alex's ramp. Thanks, Alex, for having us over. I don't have pressure of anybody else needing to take a run, but you'll see the mind games that go on with trying to do a trick I haven't done in a while. And you know how oftentimes your mind, you visualize, you see yourself doing it, but that doesn't necessarily mean you can just go and do it. And the more you can keep your outlook on it fun and free from worries and distractions, you know, all the better. Maybe you find yourself in a similar situation to me where, you know, we're definitely on the backside of that over the hill zone, and we need to reach out to our existing friends more often than we do. Spark up a session twice a week instead of once a week, you know, and it'll pay off. You know, it's just, we'll be having more fun. Try it. So I'm terrified. I haven't done a 50-50 to fakie in quite a few years, and let's see. I'm thinking that side's better than this side. The coping sticks out a little bit more from what I can tell. Good God, here we go. Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Kevin.
That felt good. That really felt good.
Nice.
Kind of getting back on the horse a little bit.
People think it's easy.
Have a quality ramp.
Yep.
You got to know the ramp, because every ramp kind of has a sweet spot for certain tricks where the coping sticks out a little differently. Go for it, Alex.
Gotta know the sweet spots.
Whoa.
Sick.